South Africans who are increasingly aware of what they buy and how it was made found the answer on the rooftop of Hyde Park Corner. Candice Payne from Sanlam Investments was happy with the results.
Seems to be a much bigger focus on food this year.
We really have gone out of our way to get food producers, especially ones from the Western Cape, because that's where they seem to gather, the slow food movement. And we wanted to focus more on food because what we've seen in the past is that people, when they want to drink wine, they want to be surrounded by wonderful food as well.
This is the third year you're sponsoring an event like this. What makes it so unique and special?
It is the only one of its kind in South Africa where you combine food, wine and design in all in one go. And also we're proudly South African company, so we're supporting local entrepreneurship.
In a world so dominated by high-tech goods, is there still a demand for handcrafted items?
Absolutely. I think that consumers are increasingly becoming very conscious of the stuff that they buy. They want to know where it comes from, who was harmed or not harmed during the process of consumption. So if you can show it was handmade and you can demonstrate that nobody was negatively impacted by the process and the production, big up to you.
Chef Peter Goff was making pizzas designed by people on the Facebook fan page Blender Baker Beer Maker, with a choice of almost 200 toppings.
Listen, I'm a big pizza fan myself. Tell me about the combinations that won the competition.
Well, that we had some really funky stuff. You know, people, obviously you get the run-of-the-mill ideas that people just send in, they like the same old thing, tomato. But we got some really interesting stuff. We got some peri-peri prawns, a little bit of avocado. Then we've got a really cool one here, which is a duck confit with porcini, a little bit of truffle oil. So the guys really sent in some quite imaginative toppings. Look, some of them we had to put a little bit of a poetic license with, because some of them were just, geez, guys, please, no more pineapple, please, no more pineapple. So we've used our own recipes for the bases and that kind of stuff. But we've taken the suggestions for the toppings in order to what we'll be serving this weekend.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is quite simple. I like anchovies, olives, capers. I like it nice and strong and a little bit of chili thrown in. That's got to be my favorite topping.
Executive hotel chef David Higgs's gourmet theatre championed the efforts of local farmers.
So what I've done is I've taken an area, the Natal Midlands. We've started off with the Dargle ducks, a guy named Dean, and he doesn't have a farm. He literally has a whole lot of ducks that live around the house. So we've started off with Dargle ducks, and we've done that with a bit of meebos, which is the salted apricot, the preserved salted apricot. We've gone on to the Greenfields beef, which is the Moy River area, and we finished off with the Hilton Blue. It's a new cheese that they've just brought out, and that really is sort of encapsulating what the show is about as well, showing off local products, showing off the incredible produce that's available in South Africa.
The can-do spirit of the craftsman doesn't confine itself either. If you're Cobus Joubert, then shaping wooden surfboards and distilling brandy are flip sides of the same coin.
A lot of people don't know that South Africa's been producing some of the best brandies for the last 10, 12 years.
Sure, true, but that's changing very quickly. I mean, internationally we're competing and we're getting the first prizes and Best World Brandy Awards. And we also have a 350-odd year history of making brandy. So, yeah, the word's out.
Fantastic. Let's move on to the boards here. I went surfing with Geordie Smith recently. Well, I tried to. He started me off on one of his pro boards. I think I needed one of the bigger boards here. But now, tell me about these wooden boards.
Well, surfboards, it's been around for 60, 70 odd years, as we know it. Polyurethane, so it's mostly petroleum-based product. What we are doing is making boards using local woods, local materials, local craftsmanship. So nice green boards and considering the environment.
Well, if these are for advanced surfers, I think I need to try out the little boards I noticed down there. What are those?
This is what you call a handgun or a hand plane or hand slide, made for body surfing. Great exercise. So, these are all handcrafted, made using recycled foam.
Fantastic. Well, I'll take 2 of those. Have you got them in pink?
We'll have to find the factory for that one. Special order for you.
Zeze Oriaki Sal's glorious-smelling Malay natural science range takes its name for a term of endearment for a gracious and learned woman in the Bini language of the Edo tribes of Nigeria.
Malay was inspired by my great-grandma. I grew up in the UK, so I had lots of smells that reminded me of home. I thought, there must be lots of people who want to smell of Africa. So we created Malay. It's basically a sense around the African landscape. We only use natural active ingredients in our products, and there are no parabens, no silicones. So literally a true authentic African brand that kind of has the sensory aspect and also using the natural ingredients that we can find everywhere in Africa.
Raw design is about going back to the basic reason you need a product. And for Matthew Nielsen, it's been a revelation.
It was actually a hobby that spiraled out of control. I was originally doing a BCom. This took off when friends started showing interest in my products, and I realized I could actually make a living out of it. I like the honesty of a handcrafted product. The attention to detail is something that a customer notices in the end, and that's really what I'm going for. I'm going back to the basics of manufacturing.
Having learned his craft in his dad's factory, James Mudge follows his nose as far as fashion goes.
To be honest, I don't really follow trends specifically, and this is the way I like to do it. I make what I like, and for me, using these beautiful hardwoods, I just like to keep it as simple as possible because it's about the material and about the wood and about the joints and the craftsmanship.
Joburg was fascinated at this rare chance of getting to grips with the how and the who of products we buy.
Getting everyone in one space once a year is really awesome. I wish they have it twice a year.
We were both saying like it feels like we're in Cape Town. It's such a nice vibe. It's beautiful.
It's amazing because somehow, these things are almost hidden to us. And it's only at places like these where we get to explore and see what South Africa's got. And this has been amazing for me.